All right, much more on our breaking news story this hour during the morning commute. We are now hearing several fatalities as a result of the pictures that we're showing you here. This is a Via Rail train that has collided with what you can see there in the picture, a double-decker OC Transpo bus. This is in the Ottawa area. We also have several people who've been injured in this, but again, several fatalities are the latest reports that we are now getting. And this occurred again during the morning commute today. It looks like from the latest pictures that we're getting here that it occurred at a level crossing. Certainly these level crossings have been the scenes of accidents before. It was an issue that was hotly debated at one time. There were security improvements, safety improvements made as a result of previous accidents. But what exactly was behind this collision, we do not know. All we know right now is that we do have several fatalities and people injured in this situation. We do have CTV's Katie Simpson, who is making her way to that scene, and she may be able to join us on the line. In fact, we have Katie with us right now. Katie, what more can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you that our colleagues over at CP24 just spoke with a fire official here at Ottawa Fire, and he says that there are multiple fatalities. He can't confirm the numbers right now, but the quote from Mark Messier from Ottawa Fire is that there are multiple fatalities as a result of this collision between a Via train and an OC Transport bus. They also say a number of people have been injured, but again, he doesn't know how many. Also, we're hearing from our colleagues in Toronto that the Orange Air ambulance from Toronto is going to be sent to this scene. Now, the fire official went on to say that there were passengers on the Via train. There are no injuries from the train, but the train has derailed approximately 200 feet down the rail, and he's describing it as a serious scene. He says there are a number of emergency vehicles on scene, and they're not quite sure if people are trapped on the bus. They are treating the patients on the train, and they are not sure if they are trapped as well. And he was asked if there was any indication as to how exactly this happened. He said no at this point. That'll all be a part of the investigation, and they're concentrating right now on the patients and clearing the track and the roadway. He also believes that this is a double-deck city bus. There are a number of those extended buses here with OC Transport that you see quite regularly on the street, so people here in Ottawa will know them quite well. We asked how many people will be on the bus, but they're not quite sure. Actually, and I'm just seeing some initial images from the scene that are coming into us on my phone as we are on our way to the scene, and you can see it is one of those double-decker buses. So we don't know how many people were on the bus. According to Ottawa Fire, they carry quite a few people, but at this time he doesn't know the exact number of people. They're not quite sure also about how many tracks are off the rails at this point, but he did say it had derailed. So we're on our way to the scene right now, Jackie, and as soon as we get more information, of course, we'll bring it to you immediately.
Yeah, and Katie, can I just ask, where exactly is this? We mentioned one area, Barrhaven, that's closer to Ottawa than it is to Toronto, or is it midpoint? Can you detail that?
Oh, it's much closer to Ottawa. We're centered, the Bureau in Ottawa centered very close to Parliament Hill, and we're about 20 minutes outside of that area. That's where we're headed. So it's much closer to Ottawa than Toronto, that's for sure. So Barrhaven would be in and around the area where this crash has taken place.
Right. So what we know right now is several fatalities, so people dying in this collision.
That was the quote from Mark Messier, who again is with Ottawa Fire. He spoke to our colleagues saying he can't confirm the numbers, but the quote from him is multiple fatalities and a number have been injured. So we're just waiting to get more information from officials on the ground. A number of our newsrooms are working together right now, and I'm just looking to see if there's any further updates. But it appears that Ottawa Fire is providing the initial information on this. I spoke earlier with Ottawa Police, and they were still trying to track down information, but they'll be getting back to us soon. But we know that emergency paramedics, firefighters, as well as police will be at this scene. Via Rail is waiting for a spokesperson to get back to us to give us more information. But again, as soon as we get more information and get live images from the scene, of course, we'll bring them to you immediately.
Right. So again, just several fatalities. We don't have an exact number. People who are injured, and all this during the early morning commute and a collision between a train and a bus in the Ottawa area. CTV's Katie Simpson with the latest on this. Katie, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Do stay with us. We'll have much more, including an update on the situation. Again, several fatalities in this early morning commute collision between a train and a bus in the Ottawa area.